Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about Rick Grimes.
Oh my God, he's coming back at the end of season 10. Did you hear that?
Yeah, with Maggie.
Yeah, dude. They're both coming. No, I'm kidding. But there have been a few articles that have been released, I think, from comicbook.com and things like that, where...
Take that with a grain of salt.
Well, actually, they do have a source. Angela Kang did an interview, and she did say that the door is always open for Andrew Lincoln.
Which doesn't mean anything.
It wouldn't make sense. I mean, he left to do his personal thing, his family.
Well, he wanted to spend more time with his family.
Right. We're getting a trilogy movie from Universal Pictures.
We hope.
Unless the first one's Universal Pictures, yeah. But how would that work?
Yeah.
How would it work?
So let's just go back and discuss Angela's comment. He can come back. He's always welcome to the show. It's an open door for Andrew Lincoln. And that's great. I definitely think that...
Fantastic.
If you were to do Andrew Lincoln reprising his Rick Grimes role in the main series, for me, it would have to be a flashback. Simply because it ruins the Rick Grimes movies.
Yes.
I think that I want to believe that there's an overall plan. I guess. I don't know. I'd like to believe that there's an overall plan for Rick Grimes in the movies of him attempting to make his way back to the communities.
Yeah.
That's my overall goal. That's my wish. And I think
what
that's
we want.
Everyone's wish.
That's what a lot of people... When they announced Rick Grimes movies, that's what a lot of people were saying. He's... Okay, so by the third movie, he's going to make it all the way back to Alexandria, see Michonne, see Judith, see RJ, live happily ever after in the movies. That's what we would want.
That's what everybody wants.
And
I can't speak for everyone, I guess, but I think a majority of fans want that and expect that. And if you say, okay, well, we're going to bring him back into the main series, he's already left once. He's going to leave again. He just doesn't have... He wants to spend time with his family and can't do a full Walking Dead schedule. And if you bring him back to reprise his role, I think it takes away from the movies.
Now, the other side of that is people have mentioned since the end of the comic book series, where in the comic books, spoiler alert if you guys already know, we'll wait 10 seconds. Okay, it's probably about 10 seconds. In the comics, Rick Grimes dies. So maybe then before we were like, oh, he's going to make it all the way back to Alexandria, live happily ever after. Then once the comic books ended, we were like, oh, could they really end the third movie with him dying?
Yeah.
They could if they want to.
But you see, for me, all of that was kind of ruined with the new show that's coming out. Monument.
World Beyond.
The
Walking Dead.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Simply because, a world was built already based upon someone's vision. And in the comic books, this was Rick Grimes' vision. Now, I do get it. Other people can have visions of rebuilding communities and can rebuild those communities. Rick did it with Alexandria, Hilltop, and Oceanside.
A certain way.
Yeah. A certain way. But I guess he was the man for me in the books. And there was no one else that could even come close to Rick Grimes and his vision for the future. Yeah. And when I heard that they were kind of mixing that up in a way in A World Beyond, I kind of ruined that aspect of it for me.
Yeah, you're more... He's still focusing on the first trailer where she's talking about her father kind of building this. And that's where he's... And I understand what you're talking about. Is that
accurate?
No, it is accurate. It's just... I'm thinking it more of he's doing his version of it for CRM.
Sure.
In the comic books, the Commonwealth did it for their version of it.
And there could be an alliance.
But I understand I understand what you're saying. We're going off the TV show where Rick Grimes was the main guy wanting to bring everyone and build this whole thing. Now,
you mean the comic book?
Well, and the comic book too. But then now also hearing this new show, there's another guy doing it. I get what you're saying, but to me, it's more like, well, that's their side.
Well, and look, look. Obviously, the movies, we have no idea what's going to happen in the movies. We haven't been given anything. And that's another key aspect that we've mentioned in other videos is how long are they going to go without giving us information about the movies?
I recently saw a comment, I believe Miss Bird, who gives some awesome Walking Dead information, I think she said that they've begun production.
I certainly hope so.
She said AMC announced it, but I haven't seen anything on the internet.
I didn't see anything.
I would think that would be a big announcement.
And maybe that's the case. That's great. And I suspect that
I would imagine they're in production. It's supposed to be out next year.
Too. I would suspect that we'll probably, hopefully, get a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the Rick Grimes movies. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's your prime opportunity to do that.
Definitely.
But I guess I don't see him coming back to the main show ever, unless it was a flashback scene that Michonne has when she's leaving the show.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, because as we've heard, Denai Guerrero is leaving, so then we have all speculated that is Michonne going to end up in the Rick Grimes movies? Maybe by the second or third movie, she'll get to the location, find him, get him out of there, and then get back to Alexandria. We're still speculating. It could be set up with her exit from the main show with Virgil. We don't know yet. We'll find out. But
the thing about that whole theory is if Michonne's going to be in the show, she'd have to probably play a big role in the show.
The movie?
So much so that she would be in a majority of them, right?
Right.
Because once you find Rick Grimes and you're Michonne, you're staying together. Right. Unless something terrible happens.
Right. Unless like a certain part of CRM where you can't leave.
I was talking more along the lines of a bite or
a bite, yeah. So, and they've speculated, is Michonne going to die? But I mean, getting back to Rick, I don't see him it would negate the movies unless they do it in a way where
it ties into the movies.
Okay, because we have to think the movies is going to pick up immediately when Rick is gone. So that's that's 6 years in the past. That's 6 years in the past.
Yeah.
So they're telling the story of Rick, but before our major 6-year time jump, right? So those 3 movies can be in between there. He can come back to the main series afterwards, be caught up to the current timeline. Yeah, it's not going to take 6 years to get from where he's at to Alexandria. But they could jump that far.
Yeah, I've always speculated that the Rick Grimes movies will be the end of the main series. And the reason why is because Rick Grimes coming back...
Oh, you mean the main series will end by the 3rd Rick Grimes movie?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think the timeline fits. Yes, there's that 6-year gap. I think they'll fill that in. But I think that Rick Grimes returning to Alexandria is really just the end of the show. Because once he returns, he's not coming back to the main show. So you can't have any episodes with him in it because he's not coming back. Granted, there's that time frame, right?
Yeah.
They're always going to be 6 years behind what the events that happened on the bridge.
But yeah, you can jump forward. So by the end of the 3rd movie, they end it in a way to where at the end of the flagship series, he reprises his role for that episode and it ends.
That's what I'm saying. And I think that would actually be a wonderful way to end that.
That would be cool. Because then we're trying to put our timelines together in our mind, but then you have to think, okay, it's just he gets back. Not that it took 6 years for him to get back. It's just things happened in between that timeline that now he's back.
It'd be more. I mean, 6 years and...
more.
I think right now we're at 6 years.
Depending on
we have to assume a few months because there's been a season change.
Yeah. Depending on how much they jump ahead, if we go into season 11. Future seasons. Yeah.
So if they keep the current timeline, then we will always be 6 months or 6 years and a few months away.
Yeah. So... yeah, I think him joining, I don't see him coming back. Like, he gets done with the movies and he's going to come back and be part of season 13 or something, and from episode 1 to the end. It's like, I don't see that. Unless things change with his family and he's
the only way that he comes back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, is if movie number 1 bombs. I'm just saying.
Right. Or if they're getting close to ending the flagship series, they're like, do you really want to do the comic book storyline?
Personally, yeah. Personally, I think that it all comes down to the ratings and
it could depend on the first movie
and the performance of the first movie.
Yeah, because first movie, because what we were told before is that the movie is going to be, it was all going to be AMC, original series, and then they're like Universal, and they said nope, Universal's picking this up.
They want some of that theater money.
Okay. Let's see how this does in theater. Maybe the first movie's in theaters, and they're like, let's just go back to digital,
Yeah, maybe they do take it back to AMC Premiere or something once they
original
find out
content.
Because I don't know. I mean, Walking Dead has a huge fan base, but does it have a movie type fan base? Is the question.
It's going to be interesting how they market it.
Definitely.
Marketing is a big thing to getting people pulled into a movie. Yes, we know the Walking Dead fans are part of the movie. Now, one thing that kind of I didn't like, I think Scott Gimple mentioned this, is that any normal person can go in and watch this movie. Without being a Walking Dead fan, you could go and watch it.
You know, that's kind of concerning a little bit. To me, that screams amnesia. Then, like,
right?
You're discounting everything that he already did in the 9 seasons that we got of him.
Mm-hmm.
That tells me that you don't know nothing about Rick Grimes, and neither does Rick Grimes.
Right. So I mean, that's how they. I mean, that's the thing, though. You're putting on a movie, so you're getting more of a wider audience that sees this trailer and they're like, "What is this Rick Grimes movie they're watching?" You know what I mean? It's like, I kind of want to go check this out.
But it could
work if you don't know anything about The Walking Dead.
It definitely could, because at that point you're hanging on to the zombie genre.
That's the thing, the zombie genre.
And if you're doing a zombie movie, and if you're doing it from scratch with Rick Grimes as the iconic character, I kind of like that.
It could work. It could work. I think when I first heard it, I was like, really? Like, well, I was like, okay, well, I kind of get it, because you're opening it to a wider base. You're wanting a movie, and there's other people in here that love just the zombie aspect of it, you know? And I think it
zombie
could work.
Horror genre is
like Zombieland. Like, you know, these characters don't exist in any world of The Walking Dead, but they set it up to where you know the character and you get into it. It almost did, yeah. But I mean, I think, but like you said, I think it's for him to really come back to the main show, it'd either be a flashback or the end game of the series. To complete it.
Or, in my opinion, an end of a major character. And at this point, we don't have too many that are related to Rick Grimes. That's Daryl, that's Carol, that's Michonne.
Judith.
They're not going to kill Judith, dude.
RJ.
I purposely did not name them because they will not kill those characters.
No, because, those kids aren't going to age that fast. They're going to jump forward unless they recast or whatever.
So unless they kill off a Carol, unless they kill off a Michonne, which I don't think they will, and they definitely are not going to kill off Daryl because he's signed on for multiple years with a 90 million?
Well, here's the thing. He signed, both him and Melissa McBride
3 years only.
Are signed on for 3 years.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily to the flagship series. It's to AMC with the expanded universe they may want to do. So we don't know yet. You know, we've heard the theories that it may end in season 12. It's probably BS. They could do more, but with the coming up of story that's coming to an end from the source material, they're going to be making up a lot of stuff.
In the end, guys, yes, we don't see Rick Grimes coming back to the show anytime soon. But let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you think is in store for Andrew Lincoln and Rick Grimes. Even if you have any thoughts on the movies, let us know down below in the comments. I think that's all we have for you today, guys.
We can't wait to start doing videos on these Rick Grimes movies because it's going to be a lot of cool stuff.
Wait for that first reaction for the trailer.
That first trailer would be so lit. I can't wait for that.
I'm going to be locked in.
Lock it up. Easter eggs.
Lock it up.
All right, guys. Make sure you feel free to subscribe. Smash the like button and stay tuned for more. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.